أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. So we've been studying the Nahw, right? And we actually completed our study of the fundamental Nahw, and those things are the basic Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya, right? And by studying Jumla Ismiya, we have studied the properties of Ism, and we also studied the fragments, and then we studied Jumla Ismiya, Mubtada, Khabar, Muta'alliq bil Khabar, and then we have studied the Fi'l by itself, Jumla Fi'liya, Fi'l, Fa'il, and Maf'ul. We see three kinds of Fi'l Madi, Fi'l Mudari, and Amr and Nahi. And we also studied six kind of Maf'ul Bihi, Maf'ul Fihi, Maf'ul Lahu, Maf'ul Hal, Maf'ul Mutlaq, and Muta'alliq bil Fi'l. And we also studied the different status of the Fi'l Mudari. We have also studied the noon on the emphatic noon at-tawqid, lam at-tawqid, qad, and so on and so forth. We have studied so many cases, and we also studied the question particles, right? How to make something question also. So those are some add-ons in the study of our basic Nahu, and there are basically two concepts left, and most probably you have one more class left for completion of our basic Nahu, and then inshallah we'll continue our class after Ramadan, because after tomorrow, uh, probably tomorrow will be our last class about the basic Nahu and Sarf. If Allah wills, then inshallah we'll start after the Eid, inshallah, or after Ramadan, if Allah wills. But the basic Nahu, I want you to have the core understanding of the basic Nahu, and all the material will be remain on the resource link. You can study over there, and you can always go back to the basic structures and basic Nahu, and you can always ask me question. So there are only two concepts left of the basic Nahu, and those are the passive verbs and the negations. Today we're going to discuss about the passive verbs, right? Passive, we all know what is passive, right? And in Arabic, the passive verb is called fi'l mabni lil majhul. I know it's a tough term, so don't worry about this. It's called the fi'l al-fi'lu mabni lil majhul. Okay, it means the passive fi'l. Okay, so what is the actually passive fi'l? Passive fi'l, basically you can say like that. In English it's easy, like he taught, right? He taught. Is it an active verb or passive verb? It's an active verb, right? And if I say he was taught, then you can look at these two sentences, right? In one sentence, he taught, right? So taught is our verb and he is the doer. So when in a verb the doer is present, right? Doer is known, then it is the active verb. But when the doer is not known, he was taught. He was taught. He is not the doer over here. So who is the doer? We don't know. When the doer is missing, when the doer is unknown, then that is called the passive verb. Okay? When the doer is missing, then we call that the passive verb. Okay? So the active verb and passive verb, you can have get the idea of it, right? Or you can say like he ate the cake. So in this sentence, the ate is the fail, right? Ate is the verb, and he is the doer. So doer is present. If I say the cake was eaten, who ate the cake? We don't know, right? So in here, the fail is passive. So basic difference between the active verb and passive verb is the mentioning of the doer or not mentioning the doer. If the doer is known, then we call it the passive active verb, and if the doer is unknown, then we call it the passive verb. Okay. Now come on the Arabic terminology. In this sentence, right? He taught. In this sentence, we know that taught is the fa'il, right? And it is the past tense of fa'il madi. And he is the doer. He is the fa'il. So taught is the fa'il and he is the fa'il, right? You can understand this part. And he was taught. In this sentence, taught is still the verb, right? But it's the passive fa'il. This is the fa'il mabni lil majhul, right? Here it's a fa'il madi. Here is fa'il madi mabni lil majhul. Here is the passive past tense fa'il, right? What is he? In here, he is the doer. But what is he over here? Over here, he is a naibul file, what you call done to. He did not do the act. Okay, let me change it to a name, right? Karim. Karim taught, right? So Karim is the doer over here. Okay, and here if I say Karim was taught, so someone taught Karim, we don't know. Karim is not the doer, Karim is the done to. The act was done on Karim. He didn't do the act. You understand this, the difference? So here Karim is the file, but here Karim is not the file. Karim is a naibul file. Okay, naibul file is the done to. Okay, and in okay. So and here if you look at over here, he ate the cake. So he is the doer over here. And the cake is the maful bihi, right? The cake is the maful bihi, and ate is the fa'il, and he is the fa'il. Here, the cake was eaten. Who ate the ate? We don't know. Eaten was still the al fa'il madi mabni lil majhul, is the passive uh, past tense fa'il, and the cake is the done to. The cake was eaten. Okay, but who ate the cake? We don't know. So the cake is naibul file. It's not file, it's naibul file. Okay, so so the terminology is we have the passive act itself, fa'il mabni lil majhul, and the naibul file. Naibul file means the done to. It's not the doer, it's the done to. Okay, and all the structure is the same. And in passive sentence, you usually never get a maf'ul bihi. Okay, you usually never get a maf'ul bihi on a passive sentence. Okay, but what if we need some additional information about the act? So the additional information will come as a muta'alliq bil fail. Okay, so in case of this is also jumla failure, right? Because this is fail, though it's a passive fail, but it is a fail, right? So the fail has the fail, file, and maf'ul, right? Maf'ul. But in case of passive tense, we call the fail is passive fail, fail mabni lil majhul. And file, we don't have any file on the passive sentence. We will have naibul file. Okay, done to. And maf'ul, no maf'ul bihi will occur as maf'ul bihi. If we need any additional details about the sentence, it will come as muta'alliq bil fail. Okay, muta'alliq bil fail. You understand this part? Okay.
Yeah. Can we call it nasab?
What?
The done to?
No, no, done to is not nasab. Done to is not nasab. It will if you see a sentence structure, then you will see that as a, it has all the ruling of a file, but it is not file because it's not like, you understand the sentence, right?
Yeah.
He ate the cake, right? He ate the cake. The cake was eaten. In this sentence, is the cake is the doer?
No.
Eaten. So what is the cake over here? Cake is the something which you ate, right? Someone
Yeah.
ate. So the one who ate the cake is the doer, right? So what is the rule of the cake? It's not nasab here though. Okay. It it is act like a doer, but we cannot call it a doer. It's a done to. Okay. It's a naibul file. We cannot call it file. We will call it naibul file. Okay. The example will come in the inshallah, and then you can understand it better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are starting the al mabni lil majhul, passive, right? So passive can come two ways, right? The past passive or present passive, the fail madi or fail mudari. Okay, we can make past tense in passive. We also can make the present tense in passive, right?
Yeah.
So first we look toward the past tense passive, fail madi mabni lil majhul. Okay, to make the past tense passive, we use uh, dhamma or and one kasra, right? Let me give you the example and then you will understand it better. Okay, so ittakhadha. Okay, ittakhadha, as you can see, is a past tense, is fail madi, right? Fail madi. Ittakhadha means to took firmly, to took firmly, to hold something tightly. Okay, ittakhadha. So the ittakhadha means here he took something firmly, right? Because it's a huwa, right? Huwa ittakhadha. So he took firmly. Took firmly. Now I want to say he was taken firmly. He was taken firmly. See, the doer is missing, right? Yeah, the doer is missing. Who take it firmly? I don't know. He was taken firmly. So he is not the doer anymore. He is the done to naibul file. Okay. So to do it in Arabic is pretty easy. To do it in Arabic, what you have to do is you just have multiple dhamma and one kasra. Like the last letter, okay, the last letter we don't change, it stays the same, and the second to last letter get a kasra, okay, and rest all get dhamma. So uttukhiza means he was taken firmly. You understand how to make passive? The
How
last
do you know?
letter, sorry, yes.
So it follows that rule all the time. So the last letter gets a fatha, the middle letter
No,
still
no,
stays a
no, the
fatha.
last letter we don't touch. The
Okay,
last letter, and if any word has sukoon, right? If any word has sukoon, those things we don't touch. We only gonna change the second last letter to kasra, and
okay,
all other remaining one we will get dhamma.
okay.
Okay, so uttukhiza means it, he was taken firmly, or it was taken firmly, but who took it we don't know. You understand the basic concept of active and passive, right?
That's it.
So ittakhaza means he took firmly, and uttukhiza means it was or he was taken firmly. Okay, let me go to another example. Qatalu. See, qatalu. So qatalu means they killed. Qatalu means what? Is whom qatalu, right? Whom qatalu? They killed. Killed. How I'm going to say they were killed?
Cthulhu.
No. Why Cthulhu? You have to have one kasra. The second last one has to has kasra, and all rest has to. It's
Cthulhu.
kutila. Kutilu. You understand or no? The last one we don't touch, right? So lam is the last one. So we don't touch that. The second last get a kasra, and the remaining one has dhamma. So it's kutilu. Okay. So kutilu means they were killed. Okay. You got this part? Okay. Ghalabat. Ghalabat means to overpower. So who overpowered?
You.
You? No.
She. No.
She.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghalabat. She overpowered. Okay. Now I want to say she was overpowered.
Gulibat.
Ghulibat. Yes, Ghulibat. So and Quran uses it in Surah Rum. Ghulibatir Rum. Okay. Now next one. Sami'tuma. Samia means to hear. So what does it mean? Sami'tuma.
To.
Yeah, both of you heard. Both of you heard. Both of you heard. So how I'm going to make it passive?
Sumi'tima.
Oh, no. Why Sami'tima? It see what is the original word, right? Samia is the original word, right? Tum is the added one, right? Tum is added, right? You
Yeah.
got this part? Samia is the original word. Samia, right? The huwa sami'a, huma sami'a, hum sami'u, hiya sami'at, antuma sami'tuma, right? So tuma is the added one. We don't care about the added one. The last letter is ain, right? We don't change the ain. Then the second last letter get a kasra, which it already has, and the remaining one get dhamma. So it's sumi'tuma. Okay? Sumi'tuma. Okay? Okay. Bashartunna. Bashar means congratulate. So who congratulate?
You all.
Female. Yes, you all female congratulated, right? Now I want to say you all female were congratulated. I want to make it passive. Passive.
Bushirtuna.
Bushirtunna. Perfect. Bushirtunna. It's gonna bu and bushir and bushirtunna. Okay. Okay. See this example from the Quran. Kuzziba rusulum min qablika. Kuzziba. Okay. This is our word. Can you tell is it active or passive?
It's passive.
It is
Pa-
active.
No. It's passive. Ui. If you listen, you have to read it and hear it. If any fail sound like ui, okay, that means that's passive. Okay, passive past. So passive fail madi passives start with u and e. Okay, u and e sound. The actual word was kazzaba, and then it's changed to kuzziba. You don't have to know what is the actual word. If you see u and e, that means it's passive. And it's in which form? Huwa, hiya, anta, which one?
Hua.
Huwa.
Here.
So what we have to look for if we find any huwa?
outside doer.
but it's a passive, so it be an outside doer or outside naib, outside done to.
Outside done to.
Yes, so the rule is the same. So this kuziba is our fa'al madi mabni lil majhul, passive. Okay, passive fa'al madi. Okay, passive fa'al madi. So and it's in huwa form, so we have to look for an outside naibul file. Any word match the criteria?
Qablik.
No.
Rusulun.
See, Rafa is after the fail we have to find ism in Rafa status, right? So Rusulin is the done to. It's the naibul file, okay? It's the naibul file. Naibul file. So kuziba means kazzaba. Kazzaba means to deny. Okay, kazzaba means to deny or lie. So what does kuziba mean?
It was denied.
Yes, denied. But who was denied?
Rusul.
Yes. So the Rasul were denied. Messenger. Messengers were denied. Messengers were denied. You understand the part? But is the messenger doer over here? Who denied the messenger? Someone we don't know, right?
Yeah.
Someone we don't know. So messenger is not the doer. Messenger is the done to. The messenger was denied. Min qablika. Means what?
From
From. Qabl means before. Before you. So messenger were denied from before you. Okay. So who is the doer? We don't know. The messenger is the naibul file over here. It's not the file. It's the naibul file. And kuziba is the fa'al madi mabni lil majhul. The passive fa'al madi. Okay. Okay. Khulikal insanu da'ifan. Khulikal insanu da'ifan. Khulika, is it active or passive?
passive
Passive.
Passive. How?
because of
Who and
Dhamma
e, right?
and
Khulika. So it's in which form?
Hua.
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 So what we have to look?
Who the
Outside
done
door.
to.
Outside?
Done to.
Outside done to. Yes. Is there any word in Rafa status?
Yes.
Insanu.
Insanu. So insanu is the done to. Khalaka means create, right? You all know that. Khalaka means create. So what does khulika means?
Was created.
Was created. So was created. Who created? We don't know. But what was created?
Insan.
So
People.
insan were created. Insan, people were created. Who created? We don't know. At least, yeah, we know Allah created. But here we don't have any clue who created, right? So insan were created doifan. It's nasab, right? It's
Mhm.
nasab. So it's a details. Weak.
Question. Does
Yes.
the inside pronoun and the done to, does it have to be in like the same like in terms of number, like in this is
No,
plural
no,
or
no, no,
single?
no, no. The same rule apply. In fail madi, you have learned, right? Only hua or here. If you find hua or here, then you only look for outside doer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And outside doer must match what? Only the gender, not the
Okay.
number. So the same rule apply over here. You are looking in case of hua and here, and outside done to must match the gender. Okay. So khulikal insanu daifan means the insan, the human were created weak. Okay. Okay. Kul inni umirtu. Kul means say. Inni. What is inni?
Harf nasab.
Harf nasab and
So,
victim, right? Inni means indeed I. Say indeed I am. Umirtu. Umirtu is the fail over here. Is it active or passive?
Passive.
passive.
Passive. How?
Ui.
Umi. Umirtu. Amar means command. Amar means command, right? So what umirtu means?
Was commanded.
Who was commanded?
I.
Uh,
Umirtu.
Oh,
I was commanded.
Yes,
you.
I.
ana. Umirtu. Two ending, right? Ana umirtu, nahnu umirna, right? So umirtu, I was commanded. Qul, say, indeed I am commanded. Who commanded him? So here the fail is umir, right? The passive fail is umira, and the file is there is no file, right? Which is the naibul file? What is the naibul file over here? Ana, right? Ana is naibul file. Ana is the naibul file. It's not the doer, it's the done to. I was commanded. Who commanded me? I don't know, right? I was commanded. It's passive. You get the idea?
Yes.
Just at least, do
Yeah.
you know how to make the thing passive?
Yeah.
So how we make the
Is,
past tense passive?
yeah. In the Quran,
You.
Yes. What's your question?
is the Quran is it always hidden? Like for an example, he was commanded by who? By who is always hidden in the Quran?
No, not always. Not always. We will come to it, inshallah. Today we will discuss about some example from the Quran and why Allah uses the passive form in the Quran. Inshallah, we'll discuss that. Okay. So how we make a past tense passive?
Uh, you make the first letter uh, Dhamma, second letter
No,
Kasra,
not the
and
first letter. Okay. The rule is the last letter we don't touch. Last letter we don't touch. The second last letter get kasra, and rest everything. If there are thousand more harf, all get dhamma. Okay. If there is any sukun, we don't touch the sukun. Okay. But rest everything get what? Dhamma. So multiple dhamma followed by one kasra. Okay. You understand?
And we don't touch the sukun word.
Yeah,
Sukun
sukun
or
we don't change sukun. Sukun is stays sukun. Okay. Now let's go to the fail mudari passive. How we make the present tense passive. Present tense passive is easy. Present tense passive, the rule is applied that the first word get a dhamma. Okay. The first word get a dhamma. Rest everything get fatha, and the last letter we don't touch. And sukun and the last letter we don't touch. Okay. You got this?
it seems like opposite.
Not opposite actually. The first letter got the dhamma. All other letter get the fatha, and the last letter we don't touch. Okay. So tell me, takhlukuna, takhlukuna. How are we gonna make it passive?
Tukhlakana.
Why tukhlaqana?
Tutlakauna,
Tukhlakuna.
Kuna.
This is the last letter, right? It's khalaka. Khalaka, and then yakhluku. Yakhluku. So yakhluku. So which one is our last letter? Kaf, right? Una is the added. You can always know that, right? Una is the added one. Takhlukuna is which one? Which form?
Huwa.
No.
Anta.
No. Anta is takhluku. Antuma takhlukani. Antum takhlukuna. Okay. Antum takhlukuna. Antum takhlukuna. So una is the added part. Added part we don't care. And the rest, the Last one we don't touch, and first one we put a dhamma, and rest whatever remaining we get fatha. So tukhlakuna. Khalaka means create. So what is tukhlakuna means?
Is created.
No, he is created. Tukhlakuna. Antum tukhlakuna. So
You all are created.
you all are created. Or you all are being created. Present tense, right? Not the past. Okay. Tas alani. Tas alani.
Tus alani.
Tus alani. Perfect. Tus alani. Sa'alam means to ask. So what does it mean? Go ahead. You're supposed to know that part. Tas alani is which form? Ta beginning, ani ending.
You.
Yes, you too. Both of you. Both of you ask. And if I make it passive, tus alani, it will become both of you were, or both of you being asked. Okay? Both of you being asked. Okay. Taftahu. Sorry, yaftahu.
Yuftahu.
Yuftahu. Fataha yaftahu means to open. So what does yuftahu mean?
Uh, it was open.
It is being open. It is being open. Okay. Ta'khudina. Ta'khuzina.
Tu khazina.
Tu khazina. Perfect. Tu khazina. Takhaza it means to take. So who take?
I take.
No,
No.
it's ta beginning and ina ending. You female take. So if I make it passive, it will become you female is being taken. Okay. Wahum tukhlakun. Wahum yukhlakun. Sorry. Wahum yukhlakun. Is this phrase, this verb, is it active or passive?
It is basic.
It's
Passive.
passive. U and a, right? U and a. If you see U and a is passive. So what does it mean? Khalaka, you know, create, right?
You.
You, whom is you, right?
Whom. You all.
Whom you all.
They all. They all. Sorry.
Yes,
They all are.
And they all and
they all are created. They all are created. Okay. Okay. La tuzlamuna. Active or passive?
Passive.
passive.
Passive. So what does it mean? Zalama means to wrong someone. Zulm.
So
They. No.
They.
all.
Ta beginning, una ending is they.
They.
No. You. You. You too.
You too. Una ending. You too. You all. You all. So la tuzlamuna means you all were wronged. You all are wronged. Who wronged them? We don't know. You all
La
are
means
wronged.
la means not.
Yeah, you all are not. You not, nor are you wronged. Okay. So let's make a difference between what is file and what is naibul file. Okay. So file is the doer. You know that, right? So the rule are same. How to make them is the same. First you got the fail, and after that you find a ism in rafa status, and the fail is in hua and here format, right? So all the rule are the same. Inside and outside there can be both the same. Like if you look at this example, okay, nasara, active or passive?
Active.
Where
Active. Nasara. Muslimuna, is it in rafa status? And nasara is in hua status, right? And after that we got an ism in rafa status. So this is our outside doer. Outside doer. Because this is a active file, so we call it outside doer. So nasara muslimuna, what does it mean?
Muslim help.
The Muslims helped,
Muslim
right?
help.
Nusira, active or passive?
Passive.
Passive. And it's in hua, right?
Uh,
Hua. So, and after hua we got what? Same exact thing, right? Rafa status. So what does it mean? Here the Muslims are the doer. Is here also Muslim are the doer?
the Muslims helped.
No, the
No.
Muslim were
Were
helped,
helped.
right? Muslim were helped. So the Muslim helped and Muslim were helped. The Muslim help. Here you can easily identify the Muslim are the doer, right? And here help. Here the Muslim are the done to, right? Done to, not the doer. Here who is the doer? We don't know. You understand the difference between these two?
Yeah.
If you understand this, then you will understand what is the fail and file. What is the file and what is naibul file? Duriba masalun. Is Duriba active or passive?
passive.
Passive. Duriba means to strike, or okay, to strike, to hit. And after Duriba is in hua, which form?
Hua.
Hua, and after that there is an ism in rafa status, right? So masal means example. So an example was strike. Okay, an example was struck. So is the masalun doer or file or naibul file?
File.
How can it be a file?
No, no, no. It's not file.
It's done to. It's naibul file. Okay. Who struck the example? We don't know. After passive verb, what if we find a uh, file? Then the file is not file. That file is naibul file. It's a done to. Okay. Unzilat, active or passive?
Uh, passive.
Passive, ui, right? Unzilat. And it's in which form?
Here.
Here.
Here. So if we got here form, then should we look for an outside naibul file?
Yes.
Yes. Is there any word?
Surah. Surah.
Suratun. So suratun is the naibul file. So unzilat suratun means what? A surah was sent down. A surah was sent down. Who sent down the surah? We don't know. So the surah is not the doer. Here the surah is done too. Okay.
Yeah.
There is lots of example was given in for practice. It was given on the resource link. Please do the practice. To understand over there, then just let me know. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to why the passive is used. What is the benefit of using the passive? But because in Quran Allah uses it so many times, so we have to know why it's being used. Okay. Every time the passive is used, right? All passive has an active alternative, right? You can say that uh, Allah created created them, and you can say they are created, right? They are, if the alternate of they are created, you can say directly that Allah created them, right? So every passive sentence has an active alternative, right? But Allah choose not to use the active, rather choose passive. Why? Right? You understand my point?
Yeah.
Okay, so why it's chosen? Why the doer is missing? In the passive, the main thing is the passive in the doer is missing, right? You
Mm-hmm.
understand? In passive, always the main difference between active and passive is the doer is missing, right?
Yeah.
So why it's important? It's important in Quran that whenever Allah uses the passive, whenever Allah uses the majhul, the passive is emphasizing the act itself. You understand? It emphasizing the act itself rather than the doer. Who is doing the act is not so important than the who is doing the act. Okay,
No.
the who is the doer of the act is less important. Allah trying to emphasize the act itself. Okay, and that's why Allah uses not to use the doer's name. Who is doing the act? Allah purposefully remove that from the equation. Okay, let's see some example, then you'll understand it better. So first point to be noted that Allah uses the passive when there is no reason to mention the doer. Okay, the act is important, the doer is not important. And in those situations Allah uses the passive. If you look at this example, let me go through it quickly, then you will understand. Iza means when. Iza means when in future. Okay, Iza means when. Sami'tum is what? Antum sami'tum, right? Means what? Antum, you all.
All.
You all hear, right? You all heard, right? So let me write it down. When you all hear, because it's in future, that's why I'm writing here. When you all hear ayati, see ayati, and ayatillahi is what? Mudaf ilayh, right?
Ayat of Allah.
Ayat of Allah. When you all hear ayat of Allah, then what? Yukfaru.
Yuk.
Yukfaru. Is it active or passive?
Passive.
Passive. U and A, right? Passive. So when you, or if you hear, or when you hear the ayat of Allah is disbelieved. Disbelieved. Right? Yukfaru. Is that doer is mentioned? Who is disbelieving?
No.
No, because it's passive. Disbelief, biha. Biha means in it. When you hear ayat of Allah is disbelieved in it. Or, I'm translating wow as or, okay? Yustahza'u. Is it active or passive? U, a.
Passive.
Passive. Yustahza'u means mocked. mocked. Okay. Then fala, saw or then. Okay. I am translating saw or then. Taqudu ma'ahum. Taqudu is active, right? Taqudu. Taqudu means what? Antum. Taqudu. Okay. Taqudu. It's antum, and it's you can see it's lightest because of a reason. I'll tell you why in our later session. So taqudu, it's supposed to be taquduna. Okay. It's like lightest because of a reason. Inshallah, in future class we'll understand. Don't sit. Okay. La, fa means so. La taqudu means forbidding, right? You know, or you, oh sorry, you already know the stuff. La taqudu. La followed by lightest. Don't, you don't sit. You all don't sit with them. Okay. So now you can see over here. Allah is saying if the ayat of Allah is disbelieved or mocked, then you don't sit with them. Is it important to know who is disbelieving in or who is mocking it or whoever? Anyone can disbelieve and anyone can mock, right? We don't have to know who is disbelieving and who is mocking. If anyone is disbelieving and anyone is mocking, then you suppose not to sit with them, not to stay with them. You understand? So here the doer, it doesn't, is not important. The act itself is important. Anyone who disbelieve, anyone who can mock, is expand the scope, right? It has expand the scope of doer. You understand this point?
Yeah, in this case,
Mm-hmm.
this is not important, but you know, in some places like where it is mentioned that okay, you were created, okay,
Mm-hmm.
created by Allah. So
Mm-hmm.
there is, of course, Allah is important.
Yeah, no, there is just only number one. You
Oh,
understand this point or not?
yeah.
Okay, let's move forward. Inshallah, you'll find your answer soon. Then come number two, out of respect of Allah. Okay, out of respect of Allah. It's a long ayat, and I'll just make it short for you. It's ayat Surah Jinn, right? Wa anna la nadri asharru urida biman fil ardi am arada bihim rabbuhum rashada. Here I marked only two words, urida and arada. Urida, is it active or passive?
You see,
And arada?
active.
Active. So, and the root is same. So the same word there, the jinn are using. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is passing by after from Taif. He was passing by a valley, and here and that point some jinns hear about the word of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Hear the word of Quran, and they were saying between them that what is happening. And at that time when they saw the Quran was revealing, they saw the all the skies were in lockdown. Okay. And there is legion of angel are coming, and all the skies were locked down. So they thought, what is happening to the earth? They didn't know the Quran is coming. They thought, what is happening happening in the earth? And when they think of that, the ayat is translated, we do not know if evil is intended for those on earth or if their master intended guidance for them. So see, when they are talking that what if an evil bad thing is going to happen in the earth, they use what? Active or passive? They use passive. When evil, they know, we know that all good and evil come from who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And out of respect, when they're mentioning that what is going on to of the earth is an evil is coming to the earth, they doesn't mention the name of Allah. They left it blank. They didn't say Allah is intending evil on the earth. They're saying, oh, is evil is intended to the earth. They're like acting like they don't know where the evil is come from. But when they talk about the guidance, When they talk about the guidance, they said, oh, Allah is intended guidance for that. You see, the same ayah, they use sometimes passive and one other time active, just out of the respect of Allah. And it's happening so many times. If you look toward the story of Musa and Khizir in the Surah Al-Kahf, and you will find it over there too. So it's your homework to find it out over there. Whenever evil is mentioning, out of respect of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they doesn't attribute it to Allah. They just make it passive. They make the doer hidden. And when the good thing is mentioned, they attribute it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's out of the respect. Okay? So you understand this point? Okay.
So essentially, active is used when it's a beneficial good thing, but when passive is used when it's so it's not attributed to Allah either, right?
Yes, with Allah, with the name of Allah, yeah, sometimes Allah uses this way. There is so many things. There is so many reasons why the passive is used. I am just mentioning few of them. So number one was when there is no need to know who is the doer. At that time, passive is used. Number two is out of respect of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. And if you go to number three, then you will see the expanding the scope of the action. Okay. Expanding the scope of the action. Let me give you the example and you'll understand it better. So لعنوا في الدنيا والآخرة. لعنوا في الدنيا والآخرة. Okay. لعنوا في الدنيا والآخرة. Is the لعنوا active or passive?
Passive.
Passive, right? It translated as, let me write it down for you, then you will understand. They were cursed in this world and Akhirah. Akhirah. They were cursed in this world and the Akhirah. You understand? So it's passive. They were cursed, but who curses them? Another way of saying this ayah is la'anahumullah. Allah is cursing them, right? Allah is cursing them. But here it says they were cursed in this world and Akhirah. Who is cursing them?
Allah.
Only the thing is, Allah is cursing them, right? Angels, can they curse them? Yes. The believers, can they curse them? Yes. The Ambiyas, the messengers, can they curse them? Yes. So by not mentioning the doer, it's expanding the scope of the action. Okay, it's expanding the doer's number. You understand?
So instead of saying like Allah wa malaika wa
Yes, yes,
do
yes, yes, yes.
okay.
You
Okay.
understand this point? And the third one is also important. Like I give you the example in the past slide, probably that. Let me see, find it out if I can find it out. Okay. Okay. Duriba masalun, right? Duriba masalun. Is active or passive?
Passive.
Passive, right?
Passive.
So about the thing, and also on those ayat where it says they were created, like those ayat, right? Duriba masalun. In this kind of ayah, it's also another benefit of using the passive. What happened? When the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is giving dawah to the people in the Quraysh and the Munafiq in the Medina, or even the Ahlul Kitab,
The
the Bani
rejects.
Israel they, whenever they hear the name of Allah, Allah is giving an example. Okay, It also can be said, right? Daraballahu bi masalin, right? Daraballahu masalan. Allah is giving an example, right? It can be said like that, right? It can be said like Allah is giving an example. Example. Rather, what Allah says as an example was given. Who is giving the example? It's hidden. But we know Allah is giving the example, right? All believers know that Allah is giving the example. But every time, whenever they hear that Allah is giving the example, they just go away. They just run away. They just don't want to hear that. They don't even want to hear the name of Allah. But Allah wanted them to hear about the example, right? Allah wanted them to contemplate on the example. Don't think that who is giving the example. At that situation, at that scenario, Allah omit the doer's name. Allah want them to think about who created you, who created the skies and earth. And that time he omitted his name from there to let people think about that. Okay, a best example you can see, like think of that, a young person, like okay, a young boy, like uh, an young adult with the tattoos in his hand. You can even heard this story in the Numan Ali Khan lecture also, like a young boy who has a tattoo in his hand or a cap in his head come in the masjid to give khutbah, and people were shocked, right? Who is sitting, who is seeing them, and when he speak, when he give the khutbah, his khutbah was amazing. But the person who is sitting in front of him, they are seeing what? A young boy who has a cap in his hand, tattoo all over his body, is giving khutbah. Does they like can relate to this khutbah, or they are thinking astaghfirullah, nauzubillah? But if anyone who is not in the masjid, outside, and hearing his khutbah on the mic, are both of their reaction gonna be same? No, right? The one who is seeing them, when the doer is here, sometimes people look at the doer and not what he is saying. In that scenario, Allah made the doer and just let you think, let us think. What is being said is important, not who is saying it. Okay, so it's also another rhetorical benefit of using the passives in the Quran. So there are lots of them. Just for now on, these are the example you need to know. Okay, so you understand this part?
Yes.
So inshallah, and tomorrow inshallah we'll try to wrap up the last bit, the negation, and then we will be done for our the basic grammar inshallah. And sarf, I'm not sure we're gonna start in this Ramadan. Inshallah, after the Ramadan we'll fix some time. We'll discuss that in the group inshallah, and after the Ramadan is done, then we're gonna discuss. It will take like one or 2 weeks to done with the sarf. Okay,
Okay.
it's pretty much easy inshallah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam.